Okay everyone, today is a rebuild, an FM23 rebuild, however something a little bit different, still 5 seasons, however the choice of team is in this box. Louis over at Surprise Shirts has sent me a football shirt to unbox on camera, and I thought let's combine FM and Surprise football shirts and have a very special video for you today. Now I have known Louis a number of years. I actually won his first giveaway when he first started off in the summer of 2020, and it's fantastic to see the journey that he has gone on and his family, because he now employs his dad first, I think, then his uncle, and now he employs his mum. So a family business. He has done very, very well. Shirts distributed all over the world. Now, if you weren't aware, the Surprise football shirts also do an FM23 edition. Different sizes, obviously. Oh, geez, all the way up to 5XL. You've got your fit in there, you've got your short sleeves, either long or short as well. This box will guarantee a team that is fully playable. Now, if you're struggling for a save, I think this is the perfect way for you to get a team. Get Surprise Shirts, pick one for you. Also, you can make sure that you don't get any leagues and teams, so very customizable in terms of the teams that you don't want. And fingers crossed I haven't got a Liverpool shirt in here, Louis. Also, if you use discount code TREK23, you get 10% off. So make sure you use that. I will leave a link down in the description. But that's not all. We're also going to be doing a FM23 giveaway over on my Twitter. Links down in the description for that as well. Courtesy of Louis and the team over at Surprise Football Shirts. It is up now, so make sure you head across there after the video and get yourself entered in the free competition to win a copy of FM23. Alright, that's enough of all that. We want to see who we are rebuilding. Let's go. I have no idea. We're going to do 5 seasons, so this video is going to be 5 seasons with whoever. Let's see. It needs to be. I'm hoping Louis not absolutely killed me here in terms of the team. Okay. Opening up. You get your bog standard Haribo as well. It's a white one by the looks of it. It's a white one. It is Werder Bremen. Look at that. There you go. So it looks like the rebuild is going to be with Werder Bremen. We've got 5 seasons. Let's see if we can. We need to win the Bundesliga in them 5 seasons. Can we win the Champions League? Let's go and find out. Big thank you once again to Louis over at Surprise Football Shirts. Go and check out the links in the description and make sure you enter that FM23 giveaway. Let's go and get this on. Shirt is on. I've done all 5 seasons over the course of the last week. I'm just going to point out, this is a rebuild that I think you should try. It has been 5. I have lasted the 5 years, but it has been a tremendously, is that a word? Painful 5 seasons, a complete lack of money as we've progressed. I think you should give this a go. So the rules are for a rebuild, basically, you set up a tactic, you simulate the season, and then you dive in and play the pre-season. So I come back normally around June the 1st. I kind of set myself up and then normally go on a holiday from September the 1st and just allow FM to do FM things. I kind of register the tactic. I put the tactic in place as well, so make sure that's linked. Give it a go and let me know down in the comments how you get on with it. I found it really hard. I don't know if it's an FM23 thing. I'm going to say struggling a little bit tactically in the game at the moment, finding what works, what doesn't. I thought I won every season. I thought I had a nice balance, and it's come back to bite me in the ass numerous points. Right, let's dive into it. So we're going to start season 1. As you can see, we're on September the 3rd. So I've just done like pre-season, start of the season. We had about 3 million to spend. Now I have moved some of that into the wages. Now, if you look at the salary per annum, we're on just under 20 million a year. So we're registered, we're ranked 14th out of the 18th. Quite some small groups below us. Obviously, now Werder Bremen were relegated a couple of years ago, but did bounce back pretty much straight away. But obviously finances aren't great. If we dive into the finances themselves, we've just got over 3 million in the bank at the start of the season, which isn't good. Debts as well. We're paying £775,000 a month, and that is for what? A year and a half, and then it drops down to 2.75. So we're looking like, we've got a lot to pay off over the next year and a half. That's going to no doubt slow down our progress. German money is actually okay. The Bundesliga is okay in terms of finances, but I think when you are managing in the Bundesliga, you always need that European balance. And obviously, Europa League would be good as soon as possible. There you go. The team that finishes first get 92 million. The team that finishes bottom gets 26.1 million. So there's a little bit of a drop off there, a gap between the others. There's no TV money. That is all built into this sort of like Bundesliga prize money. So the better you finish, the more money you're going to get. So the squad itself is not great. There's not that many sellable assets. The most valued player is Nicholas Stark. He's 27 years old. He's okay. Technicals aren't great. Physicals not too bad. Pace 14 for a centre-half is always welcome, and he's German. We're going down the route of a isometrical 3 at the back, mainly just to try and get the best out of who I regard as our best player, is Leonardo Bittencourt. We were looking at playing him as a 10, and it just hasn't worked, so we're going to go with this, and we're going to simulate this with this tactic. We've got quite a nice back 3. I'm quite happy with them. The wing backs are okay. Mitchell Weiser is average. What we have got is a lot of players reaching their late 20s, early 30s. This dude, Nicholas Füllkrug, now he has been given a place in the national team in Germany for the World Cup. Never heard of him up until literally 2 days ago when I started this, and I saw the German squad announced. So he's no doubt going to be one of our main guys. Must be quite popular and must be in decent form for Werder Bremen. Target man support, pressing forward kind of. Plays 6'2". Looks like he could be a bit of a handful. His strike partner as well, Marvin Dukish, is quite good. Finishing decent, work rate not so good. So with him and Füllkrug, looks like them two could be a little bit of a handful. In the midfield, we're okay. We've got players like Grob, just, average workman-like players. Jens Steyr as well, Danish, 25 years old, decent enough. Technical's not the great, so it's not a technically good side. A lot of the other players that play in wide areas, Oliver Burke, not good enough. We have brought in 2 strikers to try and do a bit of a rotation. We've only got 2 strikers before that, so I thought I'd bring in 2 more. So we've brought in Simone Zaza, a year deal, £27,000 a week. A little bit too much, but we just needed a body in, someone to help rotate. Luckily, we're not playing Europe out this year, 34 league games, so we won't hopefully need it as much. But I was just thinking, if there's a couple of injuries, we really do need to strengthen. And Nikolai Jorgensen has come in £5,500 a week. He's just going to be a complete backup to the other 3 strikers. So that is the tactic. Have I done any more transfers? Oh yeah, I've let Benjamin Goller go for 225k. So the issue is with these is there is no value in the current squad at all, really. And if you look at the age as well, there is a good couple of young ones on there, but all of them, apart from Ilya Gruyev, looks like someone who could be useful for us, either playing for us or being a sellable asset. 6'1", averaging around sort of like 4.5 million. Is he Bulgarian? Yeah, Bulgarian international. And then, as you said, everyone else, there's a lot of players in the late 20s, early 30s, a good handful of players as well that are regarded as first-team key players. All right, so we're going to play out the season. The board want us to finish, become an established Bundesliga team. Supporters remain in the Bundesliga. And can we beat Hamburg if we play Hamburg? Even though I've put it on balance, we're hitting crosses early with the tactic. It is going to be kind of soaking up the pressure, hitting teams on the break, making sure we're solid. I do think defensively solid tactics so far are going to be the way to go for FM. The days of constant gegenpressing, I think, are over. Especially for this year, I think you need to be a little bit more pragmatic. So I'm going to give it a pragmatic approach. Haven't done any testing with this. I'm just hoping that we can get something. We can get 10 goals apiece out of Füllkrug and Dukish. We may be okay. Right, we've made it to the end of the season. As you can see, we've finished 14th, only 2 points away from the relegation playoff, and Union Berlin did get relegated in that. 7 wins, 10 draws, 17 defeats, minus 22 goal difference, but we have set a Bundesliga record, and it's not a good record to break. We've only scored 21 goals. 2 of those were against Bayern. We've only conceded 49, which still is not great. Our goal... No, sorry, we conceded 43, which I suppose isn't bad. Just a little bit over a goal a game. But yeah, only 21, so we've been quite solid. Look at the wins there. I suppose we've racked up some clean sheets, have we? Yeah, we've done all right. Racking up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 clean sheets and conceding 1 in a lot of those draws as well. A couple of 5 1-0 defeats. So, is it the tactic? Is it the players? Probably a little bit mixture of the both. But, tell you what, it's not a bad start, is it? It's not a bad start. Highest average rating was Vulkrug, 35 games, 14 goals, 6.93. Dukush got 7, so I'm quite happy with that. It would have been nice for him maybe to get a couple more. We did say 10 goals apiece. They've got 21 between them, so we'll take that. And then we have a huge drop-off. We've only had 5 players actually score goals. Simone Zaza's got 1, Bittencourt got 4, and Jens Stage got 1. The rest have not scored. Interestingly, Mitchell Weiser, who's been playing on that right-hand side, has had 11 assists with an average rating of 6.81, which I think is rather harsh. Who else has had a good season? Goalkeeper's had a good season. Lee Buchanan is a player that they got from Derby for 400k. Not quite. He's only 22, but probably not good enough as we look to maybe try and kick on a little bit into Season 2. All right, we're going to come back towards the end of the transfer window in Season 2. I imagine there's not much money to spend. We've been given 4.67 and we've been given a wage budget of about 100 grand. So there's a little bit of wiggle room. There will be no doubt players leaving. There's potentially 3 or 4 players leaving. No one on really a massive contract. We may look at moving on players like Zaza. He's got a year left on his deal. There was an automatic trigger for appearances, so he's staying for another year, but we might try and move him on. I think we definitely need to improve in attacking area. I think at the back, midfield, it's maybe just those midfield positions. We may have to change the tactics slightly a little bit. Okay, I'm bringing you back at actually really early on in the start of the season. We've kind of done our transfer budget. We've got nothing remaining. We have got 85 left in terms of wages, but I'm happy to leave that for next season and save a little bit of cash because we have been busy enough in the transfer market. Now, we have brought in 7.75 million and we've let go 8.25 million. All these are sort of like frees. These were the young players that came through the youth system then have had to sign on at a later stage. So they're all them. We've brought in Jakov Medic, who's a centre-half from St. Pauli. Had a decent season for them in Bundesliga too, but I just liked a couple of his attributes. Can play in a couple of positions as well. With us playing 3 at the back, we need to make sure that we have a decent amount of centre-halves, maybe stroke midfielders as well, holding midfielders. Technical's not great, 6'4", good physicals obviously, and decent mentals, and a really nice fee of 975k. Esposito is in. A little bit of a panic buy. I felt we needed a name to put on the back of these Bremen shirts. We brought Esposito in for a season on loan from Inter Milan. Probably the biggest signing in terms of stature, Felix Nemcha? Is it ex-Manchester City? He's been at Wolfsburg. He's hardly played for them, but he is a decent player. I'm thinking another really attacking player. He can play centre mid, he can play right, he can play left, he can play through the middle, he can play up front. Very flexible. Only 22 years old and only £23,000 a week. Once again, and with him, potentially a player that we can move on and make a little bit of money out of. Eddie Salcido is in to act as an inverted winger. Bittencourt is okay, but I think we need a little bit more pace in the team. So I've brought Eddie Salcido in, another player coming from Serie A. 2.5 million. Once again, I think he's probably got a little bit of sell-on value. If he can hit the ground running, can play up front, can play in behind, can play in the wide areas, so a really good signing. And another one from Serie A. We've absolutely rated that. I've never heard of this guy, funny enough, at Juventus. Federico Gatti, 2.1 million. Juventus got him on a free and never played him. Maybe that's why, I don't know. He's come from pretty much nowhere by the looks of it. Had one decent season in Serie B and then has been propelled into Juventus team. We got him, very good midfielder in terms of mental physicals. Another one of those ball winners, aggressive players. To really help strengthen the squad and a little bit better in terms of quality than what we already had. On the outs, we have let Christian Gross go, one of those central midfielders that was due to play a lot of games for us last season. Simone Zaza has gone. We managed to get him off the wage bill, which was good. I think we got a little bit of money for him, 165k. Look, he did a job for the season. Oliver Burke has gone. He's gone out to Ingolstadt. He was not at the quality at all. 550k. Nicola Jorgensen has gone on a free. He didn't contribute at all for us last season. And the big one that we said in at the start of the season 1, Ilya Gurev. He wanted to go. I wanted to actually give him a season this year where he actually played a lot. He did play 29 times for us in the end. So obviously my assistant manager fancied him. He did okay. Didn't contribute 20 assists. I imagine he was sort of like that holding midfielder for us. But no doubt has helped us in terms of money. Obviously, with the money that we've spent, And we only had that 4 million. Most of that 4 million has probably gone into the sort of like the contract talks, the wages. We've adjusted the wage budget a little bit. So tactically, we're going like this. I tried to recreate a Unai Emery 4-2-2-2. I'm wanting to hopefully do another video soon because I'm quite intrigued of how he's setting up. And I thought it'd make us quite solid, getting a midfielder out of there. We've also signed this dude, which I've completely forgot about, on a free transfer. Luis Chavez can do a whole host of different roles for us. 5'10", average physicals, average mentals, average technicals, a very versatile player for us. Once again, potentially, maybe stay for a year or two, we might be able to make some money out of him. He is coming from Mexico, Team Pachuca. So with him, Nemecha? Him and Nemecha in the midfield, with Gatti and Stage behind, really holding, two decent centre-halves. Our full-backs are okay for now. Full Rug and Salcedo up front. Full Rug doing sort of like the hold-up play a little bit, and hopefully Salcedo can get on the end of things. Now, it's obviously up to what our manager wants, my assistant manager does when we go on holiday. There is Bittencourt. He is 29. His pace is okay. I did think, for that, most our attacking outlet last year, 27 Bundesliga appearances, 4 goals and 1 assist. Ain't great, is it? So that was the reason why we've had a little change. And maybe thinking we might be able to get cash in on Bittencourt at some point. Okay, so that's the setup for Season 2. Let's see how we get on. Okay, and we're back. As you can see, we finished third bottom. I have managed to survive with a relegation playoff. So we won the first leg, luckily 3-0, with a hat-trick from Nemecha, which has kept us in the division. Goal-wise, we've still not scored that many, only 30, 52 conceded. So we scored a few more and conceded a few more. So we're kind of the same, but we've not converted them into wins. There's been only 7 wins, all at home apart from 1. 7 draws. Some decent draws in there, though, against Bayern at home, Dortmund at home, Eintracht Frankfurt at home. Any impressive wins? No. Look, we've beaten the teams. We've beaten Nuremberg, we've beaten Hamburg, we've beaten Augsburg, teams that are in and around us. So that has been beat a few teams, and we've got lucky there that Hamburg and Nuremberg have had an absolute shocker and are both going down on really low points tallies. How did the signings do? Okay, Fulkrug has excelled himself. He was the difference in terms of us staying in the division. He's managed 18 goals in 33 games, all 14 of them in the Bundesliga, 4 in the Cup as well. So he no doubt has kept us in the division. It's as simple as that. Bittencourt has come into the side and played a fair bit. A lot better goal average, a lot better goal contributions, but an average rating of 6.63, and he is going to Parma at the end of the season. Nemecha scored 5, but remember, 3 of those came into the biggest game of the season, so only 4 goal contributions in the remaining Bundesliga games. Esposito, all sub appearances pretty much, 5 starts, 3 goals. Chavez, 2 in 36. Salcedo, 2 in 33, but 7 assists. So he's not done that great, an average rating of 6.61. Jens Stage, Stark, Pavanka have all had average to good seasons. All right, that leaves us with, what's the budget for Season 3? 7.42 million. Now, unfortunately, we are losing this dude. I left it too late to offer him a deal. I think he would have been a decent signing in terms of a future prospect. He's come through our youth system. He is Italian, but he's going to Schalke on a free. That's the joys of me doing the rebuild and not noticing players that were leaving on contract. So he is going on a free. A few more players leaving. But once again, we've got that 85k transfer budget as well. A few of these leaving. Bittencourt was one of the high earners. Shift on a few. We might be able to see a few more faces for Season 3. Okay, into Season 3 we go at the start of July. Transfer business is done. We've got 3.37 million left. So there's maybe room to get one more in. But I feel like the squad is as I would, at the best I can possibly get. At this point, we have brought in 9 players and not spent a penny. So it has all been put into wages. All right. So the first one is Chris Willock. We've tried to get a little bit more pace into the side, a little bit more energy. Chris Willock on a free transfer from QPR. Got some really nice physicals, a few nice little technicals. Technique 14, dribbling 15. Philip Muen has come in as a bit of a backup to the right back place, but he can also do a half job at left back. Quite a big contract, but we just needed a little bit more versatility in the squad. Jadon Bogle is going to come in as our starting right back. 4-star, obviously, did quite well at Sheffield United, did quite well at Derby, and then got the big move to Sheffield United. Been there for a few years, had a good season for them in the Championship. Martin Fernandez is a really good up-and-coming youngster. He's going to play as our backup right back this year. Already a value between 11.5 and 14.5, so hopefully a good little... Hopefully some profitability there at some point. 6 foot. Looks like he's going to be a well-rounded right back. Moses Simon is coming on this left stroke right-hand side. Maybe look at playing with some wide players. Really good technicals in certain areas. Dribbling, technique, off the ball, bravery, acceleration, pace. Hopefully will be a handful in those wide areas. Had a decent few seasons at Nantes. Harry Winks is in, a really good technical player in FM, I think. Just to give us something, I think the players that we've had in the deeper areas in midfield have been ball winners, have been aggressive. So we maybe now mix it up and try and get someone who is a little bit more clever on the ball. Harry Winks, 43.5 thousand a week, but I think potentially may have a little bit of sell-on value as well if he has a couple of good seasons with us. Keenan Davis is in, probably going to act as a little bit of a backup to Fulkrug. But someone who's 6'3", good physicals, decent enough technicals to do a job for us. No doubt, just a backup. I thought it was a nice little pickup from Aston Villa. 25 grand a week. Once again, probably got the opportunity to sell on if need be. Backup goalkeeper, Nikola Ivicevic on a free transfer. Really good goalkeeper, boys. Only 21 years old. Someone that you should look out for, definitely in your saves. We've got him on a free from Lommel. Has played, I imagine, is that the first tier? No, that looks... Could be the second tier, is that? Yeah, that's the second tier. That's the second tier. So he's been playing in the second tier, but really good goalkeeper, I think. Someone that I think you should look out for in your saves. And Levi Colwill on loan from Chelsea. Really good physicals. Technicals, not great, but just someone who can play in a couple of areas for us. So tactically, we're setting up with a more attacking. We're going for it. This was my Eddie Howe video that I did a couple of weeks ago. I've changed a couple of roles. I've changed the DM. I have changed the DM to a deep line playmaker, and I've just tweaked a couple of roles in here. Fulkrug is now playing up front by himself. We've got Nemecha out on this right-hand side as a advanced playmaker, hoping that he can come into these areas. And then Harry Winks, just to get the ball and try and start play from deep. We're going for it this season. I don't know if this is going to bite us in the arse because we've gone from quite two solid tactics, quite defensive, quite cautious, to a little bit of style of play, but hopefully that'll just kick on a little bit. Right, we've reached the end of Season 3. We've finished 13th. Our highest position, our highest in terms of points. Board expectation was to avoid relegation. It looks like we haven't done great in front of goal. Fulkrug, our leading goal scorer in the Bundesliga with only 9. 34 games, 9 wins, 10 draws, 15 defeats, only 31 goals scored. So after all that, positive mentality. We have not conceded, maybe it's because of the central midfield. The two central midfielders are more sort of like just aggressive box ball winning midfielders in there. But we've done enough. We're well clear of that relegation play that we were in last year. 14 points clear. It's set us up, hopefully, now to kick on. We've got some better players, I think, in the squad. And it might just, if we can get a little bit of money. We've had 3 seasons now in the Bundesliga. You'd hope that the money would increase. Salcido's had an okay season again. 7. Fulkrug on the 10. Highest average rating, Salcido. Levi Colwill's coming and done quite well on loan, 6.97. And then once again, the old boys, Stark, Pavlenka, Stage, Friedel, all players that we've had from starts having a decent season. Moses Simon, 13 goal contributions. Keenan Davis hasn't really affected the play. Nemecha's had 33 games, 4 goals and 1 assist, so not great from him. Once again, goals, only having 1 player in double figures has been the problem. How much have we got to spend for Season 4? We've got 10 million. Okay, so once again, it gives us a little bit of room, but when other teams in the Bundesliga are spending 10, 15 million pounds, it makes it rather difficult. So we're going to have to obviously rely on free transfers again. Right, we're on the 11th of August, start of Season 4. Nothing left in the transfer budget, and we've gone over by 66,000 in the wage budget. We have only let 1 player go. However, there has been some players. Vikovic has been with us a while. I forgot to mention actually last year, we did let a whole host of players go out on frees. Weiser, Dukas as well, someone who was with us for the first couple of seasons, he went out. They all sort of like getting to this age now where they're aging. Not that sell-on value that we were hoping for. No players sold, so we've had to rely on one £3 million signing and the rest all free transfers. An interesting one, I think, someone that I think loads of people might pick up. So we're into season 4 now. Alex Scott, a really good young midfielder at Bristol City, it is. Yeah, Bristol City in real life has done rather well in the last season at Bristol City. And we've picked him up on a free transfer, 28,000. But look at his value. Potential sell-on value there if you can have a good season in Germany. Harry Maguire is in. Sorry, but I do like Harry. He's still got, apart from pace, he's a tremendous player in FM. We got him on a decent deal. I think he's only here for 2 years. £43,000 a month, £43,000 a week. 3.5 star. He'll do a job if we're playing a back 3, back 4. He'll be no doubt very useful to us. We've brought in my boy Seko Fofana. Didn't get the upgrade that I really wanted him for FM23, but a really good all-rounder. If we're going to move systems and change systems again, it can do a deeper role. It can do a deeper attacking role in terms of a volante. Can play as a box-to-box, a ball winner, a playmaker. He's got a little bit of everything. 6'1", tremendous physicals. My boy Seko is in. Yassine Adli, I just felt like we needed someone with a little bit better age profile for one. £3 million, a really good technical player, just someone that can maybe just unlock defences a little bit for us. That's the plan. £3 million, I think, is a good signing. Obviously, he signed for AC Milan at the start, I think, of last season in 21-22, and I don't think is going to feature much for Milan, so I think will be no doubt a big signing for a lot of people in FM this year, because I think he's always going to be in and around that transfer market, should I say. We've bought in Belotti. We need someone to play up there with Fulkrug to score the goals. He's 31 years old, but he will no doubt score goals for us. How's he done at Roma? Okay. Only, well, to be fair, not okay. 1 in 2, 1 in 3, ain't bad. We need that. We need that to be improved for us if we're going to try and kick on this season. New number 1. Our main keeper has obviously gone. He was sort of like 34, 35. So we brought in Plazzari to be our number 1. 16 grand away. A really popular signing, I think, for people. Girona C, he's playing at, and he's absolutely quality. And Phil Newman is in, just someone who could play a couple of positions for us as backup. German, I think that was important. And the last one was coming quite late, actually, just before the season's kicking off. Kyle Walker-Peters. We did try and put a bid in for him at the start of the transfer window when he got released, but Barcelona was sniffing about and he weren't interested. And I've gone in at the start of the season, had a look, see which free transfers left, and he's there. £63,000 a week. Panic buy, yes, but I just thought he just adds a little bit of quality. And then looking at his attributes, not so much, but he's 4-star. We're not great, are we? I suppose beggars can't be choosers. So that has given us, I think that's the best transfer window we've had so far. And it just pads out the squad a little bit. With only one key departure in Pavlenka, the goalkeeper. We're going to try something here. We're going back to a cautious approach. But what we have done is, instead of having that left-hand side, we're playing with a deep line playmaker, because Scott does want to get on the ball and play. Vision 16. So we're going to let him play from deep. Get Adley trying to link the play with a Mazzala. 2 up front, with Fulkrug and Belotti working together. Fofana as the box-to-box. Peter's been Walker's Peter just been a sort of like a supporting wing-back. Try and get Bogle flying down this right-hand side. 3 solid defenders in Newman, Stark and Maguire. I think it looks okay. I think this will be an improvement on what we had in Season 3. Let's go and find out. And as you can see, end of Season 4, our best position in the Bundesliga. Not quite top half, finishing 10th, but our by far best. We're pretty inconsistent by the looks of it. 11 wins, 12 draws, 11 defeats, -7 goal difference, which is pretty good. So have we got any memorable wins? Yes, Bayern Munich at home, beating Hamburg, which will please the fans. 12 draws, a draw against Dortmund, an away draw against Dortmund. Any big defeats? No, well, 5-1 at home to Freiburg wasn't great, was it? But nothing too horrendous. The DFB Pokal Cup has been horrendous for us. No one scoring goals. Is it a goal? So how many goals have we scored this season? 41 and 48. So still not massive. We're still just a little bit over a goal a game. Okay, so Belotti, leading goal scorer, 16 in 33. He has done exceptionally well, average rating of 7.02. Nemecha has come in very nicely with 10 goals in 34 games, 3 assists. Yadley's done okay, but looks like he's been a bit of a bit part player. 4 goals and only 2 assists. Fulrug has literally dropped to the bench. He is 33 years old. His contract is ending. I'm not sure if he's going to be staying with us for the final season. Average rating down there. Medic, no, that's a 0.2. How's Harry been doing? 6.75, 6.71. He's played a lot, I suppose. Very average, an average season for him. I suppose if you're low, but if you're bottom half, a lot of these aren't going to be in terms of big 7 numbers, are they? We always try and get that magical green number. Moses Simon, 9 assists. Alex Scott, 5 assists from deep. Carl Walker-Peters, 5 assists. How's Bogle done? See, that's not great, is it? Bogle having 26 games on that attacking wing-back role and only 1 assist. That's a little bit disappointing, especially when you've got someone, Belotti, who would love crosses, not so much aerial crosses, but definitely balls into the box. Bit of a poacher, loves to get in that 6-yard box. Harry Maguire, 32 games, 2 goals, 1 assist, 6.73, in a decent enough defensive side. I think I'm quite happy with that. Right, we're going to move into the last season. We have got 10.51 million. What can we do with that? As you can see, a few players are already leaving. Piper, who's been with us since Season 1. Moen's been with us since Season 1. And obviously there is a few players, I think, going contract-wise, what we need to talk about. Moen, Medic is another one. Belotti, I think I'm going to give another year to. Maybe look at bringing in maybe another striker to maybe start ahead of him. Nicholas Stark, Piper, Fulkrug and Zetina. We've got a fair few players leaving. And then we may look at trying to cash in on a few of these and see if we can develop a bigger transfer budget for one last final go. Can we do, I don't know, top half, I suppose? Top half would be good. Okay, so transfer window done. We're well over in terms of wages. Few bids coming in for Nemecha. And we have spent big. In particular, I just thought I'd do it. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to get him in FM23. And I just thought, let's just get him in. It's my final season. I thought it's a little bit silly because it's my final season at Werder Bremen. Obviously, it's a 5-year save. So I'm not going to really see how he gets on. But I thought, let's bring him in. Planning for the future. Hendrick is in. We've paid £20 million, 5 up front, and then 5 for the next 3 years. So I've been a little bit naughty with that. But I thought we need to bring someone in. And then we've brought in Romario Barrow, really good holding midfielder, only 26 years old, someone that I had with my Porto save a couple of years ago. Anthony Elanga on a free transfer, just to add a few more options out in the wide areas. Jordan Turunga-Graya is a fantastic centre-half. I encourage you to get hold of him. He's at Ghent in Belgium. From Hertha, I think is an exceptional defender and is someone that I think is going to be really good value across FM23. Kai George is in to act as a little bit of a backup on a free transfer. Once again, potentially sell on value, can play either side as well, which I think is important. Vagaman, a bit of an FM legend for me a couple of years ago, can play either side just to help. Remember, Bogle had that really poor season in Season 4, so maybe Vagaman can come in and be the man for us. And Nabil Fekir, a bit of a pun, 80k, but I just thought we just need something a little bit more creative. We'll get a season out of him. We've brought in Endick. We've brought in Belotti, obviously, for one more season as well. Fekir, Hendrick. I keep calling him Endick, don't I? He might be an Endick if he doesn't perform for me this season. Hendrick, Fekir, and Belotti. Right, tactic-wise, we're going with this. So we're just going to be... I was going to go all out, but I've just decided to hone it back a little bit. We're going to play Belotti up front, Nemecha on the left, Hendrick on the right, Fekir, Fofana, and Bomb. But we have got players like Yadley. This isn't going to be, obviously, the set side, but... players that I'm wanting to maybe... I did think about going with a 4-2-3-1, and I just thought, no, we're probably going to get overrun in there. We'll give Harry a bit more protection with a proper sitter and see if Fekir can sort of like make late runs into the penalty area. Score us a few goals. We're going cautious mentality just to try and make sure we're defensively good, and hopefully we've got the quality in the final third to give us that push. Let's see if we can get top half. Let's mention the players out. Eddie Sacido's gone, 2.7 million. He did okay, 7 and 6. I think he got in a couple of his seasons, but maybe not enough. Moses Simon has gone. I thought we should maybe cash in on him now. 31 years old. He was on 40k a week as well, so happy to get him off the wages, especially with the big players coming in. Jens Stage, wanted first team football. Been a decent servant for us, but we've kind of got enough players in that area. Moeni's gone. Piper's gone. Players released. We did let Fulkrug go as well. He retired at the end of the season and has become an absolutely shocking head of youth development. Right, we're into the end of the rebuild. Let's see how we got on in our final season. And we're back in 15th. I managed to avoid the relegation playoff by goal difference. We did, by the way, in the summer, we did have bids in for these two players, Cole Palmer, former Manchester City, and Sebastian Haller. They both chose Cologne, or Cologne. Is it Cologne? Cologne? Which one is it? I don't know. They've ended up becoming the leading goal scorers in the Bundesliga, both of them, with a Cologne side that have finished 5th. We have finished in 15th. So we've kept in the division. The board seem happy-ish with that, do they? Yeah. We're doing all right. Job security stable. Only 30. We still can't score goals. What is with... I think because we're trying to be a little bit more cautious, obviously that's affected us, but we have shipped 56, which is a big swing. And that's probably found us. If we're not going to be defensively solid and we're not scoring many goals, that's going to be the problem. But any memorable wins, a lot of home wins there, 1-0ers. No, we've lost a draw against Dortmund, I suppose, at home. Draw against Schalke. Did we beat Schalke? Yeah, we beat Schalke away from home, so that's always nice for the fans. We've given them so much to cheer about because we've done nothing in the league. We've been knocked out. Our run in the DFB Pokal has been horrendous. Second round, quarter final, but we did lose to Bayern. That was a shame in second season. Second round, first round, second round. Absolutely shocking. So we always play that crap team from like the third tier or below in the first round and in like the qualifying round. And then after that, I think a cup run would have been nice. Right, let's see how my players have performed one last time in season 5. Is it Endrick or is it Endick? It's Endick. 5 goals in 33 games, no pens, 1 assist. He is only 20, so he has got the opportunity. He will probably kick on, you'll see these attributes kick on. I did make sure he was played before I went on holiday. I put him in the side and make sure the assistant manager picked the starting 11, so it gave him the opportunity to play. He's got massive sell-on value as well, something that we'd probably have to do in the next couple of seasons. Maybe try and get a really good, maybe 2 years out of him and then sell him at a premium, potentially with 2 years left on his deal. Leading goal scorer, Belotti, only 9 goals. We've got no one in double figures. Fakia's done okay, 9 and 5, 14 goal contributions. Nemecha, 5 and 5. So Fofana, 4 and 2. Average rating, Fakia, the best performing player behind Fofana. Plazeri's done okay. Harry Maguire has had an average rating of 6.59. He's maybe coming to the end of his career. His contract is out. We probably wouldn't offer him a new one. Wow. That was brutal. I think it's an honest rebuild, to be honest. Have I built them? Have I made them any better? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I suppose rebuilds are boring when, within 5 seasons, all the other guys that do it take Bremen to probably multiple Champions Leagues in those 5 seasons. I found it bloody hard. Simulating the seasons, I don't think give a true reflection on the team. It would have been nice. I think obviously we would have performed a little bit better if I could have tweaked things through the season. It would have been nice to do a 5-season Let's Play, but obviously we've been able to find the time to do that was never going to work. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you go and head over to my Twitter right now. There is an FM23 giveaway, so go and get yourself entered in that. Once again, thank you to Louis and the family over at Surprise Shirts for sending me this kit. Hopefully you guys at home will have a better time managing Werder Bremen. Go give it a go. 5-season rebuild. Just do the transfer windows, plug in a tactic and simulate from sort of like September to June. Pick it up again and away you go. Let me know. Put it in the comments. Join in the Discord. Put it to me on Twitter. Anything you like, let me know how you've got on. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care.